Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me? I was like talking to myself for like a whole 10 minutes, and then people were kind enough to actually tell me that they can't hear me. I love you guys. So please do me a favor and let me know if you can hear me. I'm actually going to quickly check my LinkedIn and make sure that people can actually hear me. Okay. There were so many amazing comments. I really appreciate it. It's literally like funny comments about not hearing, not reading lips. So do me a favor, just let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Oh my goodness, everyone. People couldn't hear me, and I love you all because you were all like leaving me comments and letting me know. This is how I know that I have an amazing LinkedIn community. So just do me a favor and let me know if you can hear me, please, in the chat. I was like on a roll and then couldn't freaking hear, people couldn't freaking hear what I said. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comments, please. I would really appreciate it. You are all the best. I was like on a roll. Okay, I think my sound is coming through. Let's see if we can do this again. So, yeah, I'm here off peak time because I am terrified, honestly. Like when I initially did the live, I had my AirPods on because I was just trying to get myself through speaking to you all while I'm listening to music. Um, I'm also doing this during an off peak time because, yeah, I'm terrified. But, anyways, um, this is a very difficult week for me. I'll be honest with you all because I have let everyone know, including my clients, that it is going to be, um, you lost 5 minutes of your life. You're awesome, man. Anyway, I wanted to say that this is a really tough week for me because I am literally shutting down my career coaching business. And I've said this to all of my clients, and it's been killing me inside. I posted about this a little bit, but I wanted to just share this because not a lot of people understand this. And I also know that a lot of coaches go through this, but they don't talk about it openly. And what I'm going through is coaching PTSD. So, what's been going on for me is that I have built a business for the past 4 years that I enjoyed, but then it got to the point where I would wake up in the morning and feel like I just don't want to do this. And it was eating me inside because I love helping people and I was feeling guilty about feeling burnt out. I don't know if any of you have experienced this, especially if you are an empathetic person, but when you're listening to someone going through pain, you want to help them so badly, but it's also hard on you. And I, you know, just got to the point where the large volume of clients and listening to people talk to me about how they might lose their homes, because they're unemployed, talking about some of the PTSD that they've been going through in their own jobs. I never feel like any of my clients are just a number. And every time I have a conversation with someone, I feel like I am extremely connected with them. And it's just inevitable for me to not feel like I am immersed in their journey. And when that kept happening over and over and over and over and over again, it just built up inside me to the point where I just didn't wanna I was just, like, dreading getting on calls. And it just made me feel guilty. Why am I feeling this way, you know? Um, I think that the coaching industry is very broken in many ways, especially when you are a new coach. I feel like there's a lot of preying on people who are trying to start their business online. There is a lot of this brainwashing and pressure. I remember when I was very new as a coach and I was trying to basically build a business, there was this manipulation of if you're not, helping people get results, it's because you're not trying hard enough. If people tell you that they can afford you, it's not true. They can, all of this crazy stuff. You should say in your messaging that you can, give people results within 30 days, whatever, right? And, that is not helpful. That is not helpful. And it has created a lot of this toxicity. It has created a lot of this basically addiction to the end result. When coaching has existed many, many years before this became like a commoditized thing where you get mentorship, from people, you get mentorship from your teachers, you get mentorship from, basically people who are far ahead, from you in life. But it was never about you're going to get result X, Y, and Z. It was never about that. But now it is. And this is why people are so jaded. This is why there are these unhealthy, basically, coping mechanisms going on, where people feel like they're not going to succeed unless they are leaning too much on one person. And so, going through my entire business, building it, I will say, some regrets, although my clients will probably tell you otherwise, that I've helped them X, Y, and Z. But I also felt like maybe there were people that I shouldn't have taken on as clients. Maybe I should have been even more clear about what I can help with and what I cannot. So it's a very emotional week for me because I have built an entire brand around helping people find fulfillment in their career. And the more concrete, specific messaging has been, I'll help you, land a job that you love, and investing in that, really studying all of the techniques and the tools and spending so much money learning to help people get there, is sad for me to just say goodbye to. But I realized that if I'm going to be a role model to a lot of my clients, especially in terms of their messaging, we got to just move away from all of this bro marketing. Um, we got to move away from making people feel like to baiting them into thinking that, hey, I'll give you this easy approach and you're just going to get results. And this is why I am moving more towards focusing on one thing that I know has always worked for me, which is storytelling. Do I think that if someone becomes a better storyteller, their whole life is going to change? They are going to get results within hours? No, I don't think so. It is a tool. It has definitely worked for me. And I think that all of us need to go back to the basics where we need to work on multiple skill sets in order to get the result that we want. Not just think that this one approach is going to help us. And so I have been kind of disappearing and contemplating in terms of how can I help people in an honest way. And I decided that it was going to be storytelling and helping them with their communication and encouraging them to lean on multiple resources and multiple tools to help them get the result that they want, and not overly focusing on a specific outcome like getting a job or getting more leads or getting X, Y, and Z. Yes, the expectation around coaching needs to change. I definitely agree with you. And I feel like coaching has been such a watered down term that it has gotten to the point for me that I don't even want to call myself a coach. Like, a lot of people associate coaching with you're going to save me, and no one is out there is going to save you. No one. You're the only person who's going to save you. Love the comments that are coming in. Let's see. Burning out doesn't necessarily happen because of your job, but something personal happening. And it's a condition where you feel you are powerful, popular, and everything, but can't help others. We always come to a situation on and off that we haven't lived up to expectation. You're absolutely right. And that is what I tell my clients as well, in their jobs, in their careers, in their businesses, that I actually don't think that burnout is caused by, oh, I'm working X number of hours. I truly believe, having been someone who has analyzed thousands of people's personalities, lifestyles, type of work, when I look at all the data across the board, it's never been, it's because I worked X number of hours and this is why I'm burnt out. It's always been, I'm working with people who make me feel horrible, who don't appreciate me, who make me feel small, who micromanage me. Um, it comes a lot down to that. And I think it becomes even more amplified when we have wounds from our childhood or when we have bad experiences that make us vulnerable. I can tell you that I am very sensitive to it because I grew up with a father who would never tell me that I did a great job, who would lose his temper on me if I didn't learn something fast enough. And so when I spent 15 years in the corporate world, and I would have a boss who would criticize, everything that I would do, maybe for the average person that is devastating. For me, it was just like I'm crushed. Like, it'll take me months to pick myself up. So, you know, what I loved about my journey of building my business for 4 years is that I felt that I was growing with my clients. I felt that the mirror was right in front of me when I was coaching people because I'd observe things that they'd be doing and I realized that I'm doing them myself. Like when they'd say things like, yeah, 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 I was part of this project that was like $1 million, but it's no big deal. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's no big deal. You were part of a $1 million project. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are on a $1 million project, but it doesn't mean that it's not a big deal. And, I was having a conversation with one of my clients right now, and I was just saying to him, he was just saying to me actually that what you help with is a lot more than you helping me with my story and helping me write LinkedIn posts. What you've really helped me is become more self-aware to the point where I can have a conversation with a client, and this is like an executive who's a founder of his consultancy. He said to me that with your help of being very self-aware about my story and simplifying it and understanding why it's important. It has helped me have more meaningful conversations with my clients. Clients who were not listening to me are now listening to me. I had a client who sent me a voicemail yesterday. I helped her write her story. She is a coach. She has her own practice, but she also works full time at a law firm. And she was a little bit worried about putting herself out there. She was worried that her boss would see her content that she's coaching on the side and that she would get into trouble. But what happened was her director sent her a message and said, "Hey, I saw one of your posts on LinkedIn, and I gotta tell you that tip that you gave is amazing." She was giving this tip about organizing your email or something like that. It wasn't even that huge of a tip, but her director noticed. So it actually gave her more of that visibility. It invited conversations from people higher up. So when I hear that, it just makes me feel good. It just makes me feel good. And it also helps me realize that I have the same problem that a lot of my clients have is we focus on, "Oh, I just help with this little thing." But no, it's not this little thing that you're helping. It's the impact behind that little thing that you're helping, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to hop on, and I basically wanted to remind you all that, it's okay to not be clear about what you want to do next. Honestly, that is where I'm at right now. I still have clients who reach out to me who want me to help them with their resumes or want me to help them land a job. And it sometimes breaks my heart to say no. But I also realize the importance of, if your heart is not into it and if you're not passionate doing something, then it's not very genuine to keep doing it. Um, that is my big lesson for you all. It's got to be something that gets you excited waking up in the morning. I was very excited waking up in the morning helping people land jobs, but I also realized there's an element of toxicity associated with it because of the way I was doing my marketing and saying that with my help, you're going to land a job. It was creating false expectations for people, and it was causing them, in ways that I didn't intend, harm. I think what broke me one time was when a client of mine came to me. We were working on figuring out, what her next ideal job is. And initially, she said to me that she wants to get into product management. She was a senior engineer at one of the, big organizations, like the Amazons and the Facebooks. Not going to be specific on which company it is to protect my client's privacy. But yeah, she was dead set initially on being a product manager. And she came to me for that reason. So we worked on it. I helped her with her messaging. She was getting interviews, but she kept telling me that she wasn't ready to get into product management. And I was like, it's fine. Even though I honestly feel like you're ready and you have what it takes. But if you don't feel ready, you don't feel ready. So she landed a job at a startup that she was absolutely thrilled about. And instead of being excited about it coming to me, she said these words to me: "I'm sorry I disappointed you." And when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, is that how I'm making people feel? Like if they don't get that specific outcome, they failed? That's not what coaching is. So I said, "You didn't fail me. What are you talking about? Like, who cares what you came to me for at the beginning. Are you happy? Like, do you love this company? Are you excited about it? Yeah, I'm excited about it. But you were trying to help me get into product management, and I took on a tech lead role. And I said, it doesn't matter. What matters more is that you found good people, you found a great culture, you learned more about your zone of genius and your superpowers and your greatness. You spoke confidently in the interview. That's what matters to me, right? And the issue with a lot of, coaching businesses out there is if someone comes to them with a goal of hitting XYZ, in a way they make people feel horrible if they don't achieve that result. Um, I remember I was part of a business coaching program, and I was told to basically look at all of my sales numbers and targets for the whole year, because they had this like award ceremony competition type of thing. So I went through all of my numbers and I shared them with my coach. And then they had this award ceremony for everyone, where they'd call up like people who are hitting, 10K months and 20K months and 30K months and 50K months. And I was watching all these people who would show up on stage and get that award. And then my name was called and I was getting excited. I'm like, yay, I'm being recognized, for the hard work that I put in that year. And then they said, the award goes to Nada for being the most argumentative person. And I was just like in shock. I was being ridiculed in front of everyone because I did not achieve the goal that they wanted me to achieve. And just going through that made me realize how toxic this culture is. And I promised myself that I would never make any of my clients feel that way. So that is my tidbit for you. As someone who has been diagnosed with PTSD from a lot of downs that I've experienced in the corporate world, um, being mistreated by bosses who either sexually harassed me or said very harsh things to me, like, you're not a good coach. Um, and someone who, is still growing as a person and worries too much about letting people down. I just want to pass on that lesson to you all. And I also wanted to say thank you to all of my clients that I've worked with, more than 3,000 clients, if any of you are listening. I still get posts and notifications about people that I've helped who eventually landed a job. And I'm never going to take all of the credit for that because I believe that it takes a village to help people succeed. But I feel proud that I touched, that journey. So if any of you are going through what I'm going through, which I'm going to coin coaching PTSD, my advice to you, which is advice that I'm giving myself, slow things down. Take time to figure out what's important to you. You know, my dog passed away in January of this year, and that shook me. I asked myself, do I want to spend the rest of my life being on a lot of calls in the evenings, um, and being at an emergency vet where I'm getting a DM of someone who's panicking to basically give them feedback on their resume? Do I want to spend the rest of my summer with my new puppy, not even spending it with him and being in front of a computer? What is important for me as a person right now? Like, if I were to die tomorrow, would I feel happy with how I spent my life? That was the big question that really woke me up. And I will tell you, take advantage of spontaneous opportunities that might seem trivial. Here's a happy ending for you all because um, I am in a good place. I don't want any of you to worry about me. There is a happy ending in all of this. Is I was doing these lives where I was offering some free coaching and also getting guests on my podcast. And there was this amazing person who found me, listened to one of my basically lives, and asked me to be on his podcast. And I said, sure, whatever. I didn't think much of it, right? Lo and behold, we had a number of conversations, and he asked me to help him build his brand. I've built a lot of brands for professionals, executives, a lot of, amazing people, but it was never from the angle of a marketing agency or for an actual, founder of a multi-million organization. But how it happened was because I was putting myself out there. I was doing these lives and I was telling my story in a very authentic way. There was nothing rehearsed, there was no framework. Sometimes I honestly felt like I was being a dork, but I didn't care. And the opportunity happened. So, my encouragement to you, especially if you are not in a great place, whether you are looking for a job, whether you are a business owner and you're not getting traction, in your hustle, where you have those blinders on, be careful because you might be shutting the door on something that might seem trivial and a great opportunity. If you don't lean into your passion and spend time doing things you love, even if they're not things that you are monetizing right now, you're not going to be able to grow. You are not. Okay? So just remember that. As far as what's going to happen, what is it I'm going to offer, I'm no longer going to be promising people that I will help them achieve XYZ because I don't believe in that anymore. What I'm going to be doing is really focusing on helping people become better communicators, people who communicate in an authentic way, who are bold. In my client's words, I'm going to steal that from him. That's part of his brand, who are renegades. Who don't want to just follow, the mainstreams and the charlatans, right? That's what I want to focus on. That's what I want to focus on. And it's a tool that I'm going to give you all. And you decide how you want to use the tool. You decide how storytelling can help you. Okay. Let's go back to the basics. Let's look at behaviors that we can change, not frameworks and processes that you can get ChatGPT to do. How can we bring the human in us? How can we have thoughtful conversations with people? How can we stand in front of a camera, be naked in front of everyone, and be okay with it? Because guess what? There will be haters who will bash you in the comments. Good, let them bash you because now you know that you shouldn't be around them. And there will be genuine people who are gonna fall in love with the true you. And when that happens, I can tell you that it is a magical experience because I have literally found that. I have literally found that in a handful of clients that I'm working with right now. I found my sweet spot in terms of number of clients that I can handle, type of clients that I can handle, and type of work that I enjoy doing. So now that I blabbed and blabbed, I just want to say thank you so much, everyone. I love you all. I wouldn't have become the person that I am today if it wasn't for you all. I started with, I don't know, close to 0 connections 4 years ago. Now I'm close to 34,000. It's not even about, ooh, like, ooh, followers, followers that matters to me so much. It's more about the fact that I've built an amazing community where I can just like get on a live, pour my heart out, and get beautiful messages like, love your message. Thank you, Sean. And thank you for doing what you are doing. And Will, you're the best, man. Um, you know, that's the kind of stuff that really gets you excited when you wake up in the morning. So thanks again. Stay tuned. I will find a way to create amazing events for you to basically attend. I won't be able to work with everyone like I used to, but I truly want to continue to make storytelling accessible to more people in a fun way. No gatekeeping of information. No, you got to pay like money, like masterclass or whatever, just to, learn things that you already know. But truly, I want to teach people things that I struggled with personally, when it comes to storytelling and when it comes to getting in front of a camera and actually being comfortable with it. Those are the things that I want to teach people and make mainstream. So, thanks again for taking the time to hear my message. And I love you all. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much.